Hello, hello. We are here with just me because Boom Boom has no internet right now because of the power, and Dave has I don't know what Dave's doing. I figure I basically just kidnapped his channel, and I'm gonna do my own Smackdown review. So I'm here. This is me, Rob Truth, Siduakal, Siduakal. You can follow me on a bunch of crap. And we're here for KocoSports, the home for kicking ass on the internet and combat sports and all that. They should have really wrote that down for me. If they had wrote that down for me, I'm pretty sure I could have nailed that. But we're going to move past that. Go to KocoSports.com. You can join us in the internet chat. We always sit there during the live events. We'll talk about them, comment on them. You can always join us. Anyhow, let's get to SmackDown. So the show started off with Dolph Ziggler coming out to say that he was going after the IC title, which I think we already all knew. And then Bad News Barrett came out, and then Luke Harper, and then Dean Ambrose came out, and it turned into this big brawl with R-Truth coming up and being funny as hell as he slowly creeped his way up to the ring and like hid next to the ring post, standing still, and peeked around it and watched him. And then G.I. Joe crawled across the ring to get the belt, and then shimmied back out of the ring, crawled under the ring, and escaped with the belt. And R-Truth is fantastic and is probably one of the only two things I really love on WWE's main product right now. Between him and Axelmania, they are just hilarious right now, and it's a great change of pace. So they do that whole thing. They brawl. Truth leaves with the title, and then, that's it, because that's how they do. And then we have the Brass Ring Club. I don't know if that's their official name yet, but I like to call them that, with Tyson Kidd and coming out there and facing Los Matadores. It was okay. I wasn't that into it, but that double team move with the swing into the drop kick by Kidd, I love that move, and it ends in the pinfall. Next we had Ryback defeating Kane with a meat hook clothesline, and then next it was the Big Show versus Ryback match, which got him KO punched, and Big Show won that, and that was, it was the kind of match you expect to get when you put steroid guy in the ring with you should retire guy and you should retire guy number 2. So they weren't really going to be stellar matches, and we all knew that on paper. Bray Wyatt did another promo on Undertaker. It's something where he's got the urn now, and the WWE site is teasing, will the urn be the thing that makes Undertaker finally speak out? So I'm pretty sure this is set up. They're giving in because of the ratings plummeting, and they're going to have Undertaker on Raw, and that's all this was to set up, was for an Undertaker showing at Raw. Which is probably good, because the feud kind of needs Undertaker right now to help build it, because it's just not going to get the same fuel if you don't have Undertaker show at least once, because people want to be sure that he's going to be there. And then we had the Bellas do their horrible, horrible promo about Give Divas a Chance, which is just them taking the Twitter hashtag that people get trending and horribly butchering it, which is fitting since Nikki Bella is now saying in interviews that it was the Divas' decision to have that 30-second match that spawned the entire Twitter hashtag trending. So, yeah, that's bullshit. And then they brought out AJ and Paige. Well, Paige came out more as ringside protection, and then AJ ended up defeating Brie Bella after a fairly long match for Divas on WWE. She ended up defeating her. It was a way better match than I ever expected Brie Bella to give. I wouldn't say it was a perfect match, but it was a fairly good match. Brie Bella's not great, but she did fairly well. I would have much rather seen this length match out of AJ and Paige, personally. But that said, after following the main event we got to see last night on NXT, this just paled in comparison, and I feel a little bit bad for him for having to follow that kind of stellar performance, because it just wasn't on that level. After that segment, they went ahead and they cut to Daniel Bryan doing a little interview. They basically had Daniel Bryan hint that he wasn't actually in the IC title match, and that he's just excited to watch it. Now, this with the fact that Sheamus is being held off, and the early rumors that they originally wanted Sheamus against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, and then the rumors that Sheamus is coming back as a heel, it's really, really starting to look like we're going to have to see Sheamus against Daniel Bryan again at WrestleMania. Exciting, isn't it? Just so exciting. I just, it's frustrating. You know what? Let's go to comments. All right, we got one comment. Rico on Facebook asking, who's the biggest whore? The Bellas, John Cena, Chris Jericho, or Stephanie McMahon? Ooh, that is a tough one. That is a tough one. While I am disappointed in Y2J for deleting his tweet in defense of Bill DeMott, because he didn't actually stick to his guns and kind of looks like a bitch for it, I'm going to have to take him out of the running. I'm going to go with... it's tough. It's tough. It's between Cena and the Bellas. I think I'm going to go with John Cena, though. No, I'm going to change it. We're going with the Bellas. Because the Bellas basically quit the WWE to try and go to Hollywood and then came back to the WWE with the Total Divas idea. The only reason they're here is to get famous. They don't actually care about wrestling. And they'll do whatever to get ahead and to get rich. So, fuck the Bellas. Alright, I don't see any more comments right now. So, the next match we had was the New Day, which, because I know some were curious, that was Kofi Kingston and Big E Langston in this match. Well, dropped the Langston. He lost his last name. I forgot. So we had them, and they defeated The Miz and Damien Mizdow after The Miz insisted Damien Mizdow not even stand on the corner of the ring and stand outside the ring and look away from the ring. This was nice. We got to see a little bit more of that tease of their breakup. Mizdow did a great job. Just like he had one hot tag in the match where he just came into the ring, exploded. He had his sunglasses still on and knocks everyone down and then takes them off. Crowd gave him a huge pop. It was not a piped-in pop, which is rare on SmackDown. That was pretty great. I'm really excited for the Miz-Mizdow match eventually happening. I'm going to be pretty upset if it doesn't happen at WrestleMania, because it really should. They're looking great, though. And then after that, we had Jack Swagger come out, do a little brief interview saying he's going to be at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And then he set up the match with Rusev, because, you know, Jack Swagger never gets tired of getting his ass kicked by Rusev. I gotta say, I honestly hope Jack Swagger's the one to eventually end Rusev's streak, just because he's so goddamn persistent. He's like that guy that just keeps coming to you to get his ass kicked every time, and each time he gets a little bit better, and eventually he's going to win. That's what I'm hoping happens with him. So far, though, he just keeps getting his ass kicked, and it's no different today. After that, we had Roman Reigns do a promo saying, you know, Paul Heyman's awesome, about his whole thing that Brock's going to hurt him, but it doesn't matter, because he's going to kick his ass, and then when he's swaying, he's going to spear him, and he's going to get the 1, 2, 3, because he's Roman Reigns. And he didn't say anything about Looney Tunes, so I guess that's a win on a promo from Roman Reigns, right? It was nothing. I don't think anyone cares about Roman Reigns right now. People are still upset about Daniel Bryan not being in the main event. Actually, that happened before Rusev actually beat the crap out of Jack Swagger. My mistake. But that did happen. At the end of the Rusev match, there was the Curtis Axel on the Titantron, which was fantastic. Axel has declared now, so that everyone knows, after he wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm never going to say that right on the first go. After he wins it, he's going to come take the U.S. title. I'd be okay with Axelmania doing that as well. Whatever Curtis Axel wants to do right now, I am good with, because Axelmania is fantastic. The final match of the night, the main event, was Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose against Luke Harper and Bad News Barrett, with R-Truth on commentary. And if you haven't heard Ron Killings on commentary before, you're in for a treat, because he is hilarious. He has some great ribbing with the commentary back and forth. It's just them teasing constantly. He keeps bringing up how he's afraid of heights. He asked who he could talk to about not having the ladder in the match, about having one of the little ladders like they use for El Torito and Hornswoggle in the match, about having the thing hanging lower so that they don't need a ladder, stuff like that. R-Truth, honestly, I missed a lot of the match just because they were showing R-Truth being hilarious on commentary the whole time, which is great because R-Truth, Dave and I will both tell you guys, R-Truth should be a main eventer. The guy's great on the mic. He's charismatic. He's got a great sense of comedy, and his in-ring style is awesome and very unique, especially in the WWE. I'm hoping that this leads to a momentum push for him, and that he ends up actually going up the card, because, man, he needs that before he's gone. And give R-Truth a chance. Give R-Truth a chance. Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose end up defeating Luke Harper and Bad News Barrett after Ziggler lands the zigzag and goes for the pin. It was a pretty awesome thing. They had a whole mad dash about getting the Intercontinental title. They fought over it. They chased each other around. Daniel Bryan eventually came out, and R-Truth just gave him the title. And the people started yes chanting. He started yes chanting with the IC title, and then Stardust came out, knocked him down, and took it. Which I'm pretty sure is just more to say Stardust is in the match and not Daniel Bryan. I'm pretty sure we're going to get Sheamus and Daniel Bryan. I'm pretty sure on that. You know what? That's sad to me. I really hope that doesn't happen. All in all, I would say SmackDown. That's right. I forgot to do this at the start. My bad. Normally here we do win, loss, or tie. I totally screwed that up because I don't usually drive the bus. So win, loss, or tie. Did you think the show was a win? Did you think it was a loss? Did you think it was a tie? I personally think it was a... I'm going to give it a weak win just because R-Truth had me genuinely laughing out loud at multiple parts of the night, and I thought that the mic segments with Ambrose, R-Truth, all these different guys were really good. And it was, all in all, it wasn't that bad. I would say it was a weak win. It was better than Raw this week. That's no shot. And yeah, wasn't bad. So let us know down in the comments. Of course, go down, comment on everything after the video's down as well. And right now I'm going to check comments one last time before we go ahead and wrap this up. Fran Yelly in there, you caught us live. Hey, Fran Yelly. Talking about Cena ceiling. Talking about hitting the Cena ceiling. Okay, I got you. It doesn't matter how over Ziggler gets. Creative always finds a way to keep him in the mid-card. You see, after winning Survivor Series and losing the IC belt, one would think that he was going up the card, but a couple of months later, he's back to doing the same thing. He is, but who can't say this is the most exciting match of the card for me personally? I'm more excited to see this IC ladder match than I am to see anything else on that card. Like, I love Sting and I love Triple H, but I don't expect that to be a good match. And I haven't exactly loved the promos so far because Triple H are a little bit long-winded these days. But the in-ring work of this match alone is going to be awesome. And while it has been zany and goofy the entire build-up, it's been funny and it's been fun and it's been a nice change of pace from how annoyed and frustrated the main event booking has been. And if Dolph wins the title, honestly, I'm okay with this being our Intercontinental. Like, these guys, all these guys here feuding over the Intercontinental belt. The Intercontinental belt to me would be super exciting then if these guys all keep feuding over it. Dolph may be in the mid card, but man, right now the mid card's the great company to be with if that's the case. All right, and then we also have a comment from Rico on Facebook again. My thoughts on New Japan Cup upsets. Man, I'm not as big into New Japan as Dave, and this was my first time actually watching a New Japan event, and I will say I was very, very upset over one of the upsets, and I actually turned it off and stopped watching because I was mad enough over the upset because he is my favorite guy, the one that I know the most about. So it was frustrating for me. The upsets are a little bit too much, and I know Dave has said as well that they're a little bit too much. Uh, I'm not sure when Coco's going to do the New Japan review. We'll probably end up doing it within the next few days. I'll get with him sometime after this, and I'll figure out when he wants to do it. And we can go ahead and we'll knock that out sometime, probably this weekend, I hope. Thank you also for everyone for the comment. Another one from Franielli. Do I think Sandow will get over with this angle with The Miz or after the angle? I gotta agree with you. I think the storyline's the only thing going. Like, I love Sandow, and I agree with you. I don't think they know what to do with him, and I think as soon as this feud's over, he's gonna kind of not matter that much, and that sucks a lot. But I don't see him really. I don't know what they're gonna do after this because so far they've proven they don't know how to do anything with him. Aside from this, which I don't think they expected to go as well as it did, he just got himself over really, really well. So we'll see. All right, that looks to be the last of the comments. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Again, thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you like it. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, pretty much everywhere. And you can always check us out on KocoSports.com, where the internet goes to kick ass. And it's okay to be a passionate fan. I got it. Yes. All right. So that's the end of my review. You can also catch me as Siduakal. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Google Plus, and Twitch TV, and pretty much everything on that name. And of course, here doing reviews. We're hoping to do a video about the whole Demont thing. You guys could probably find us doing that. I'd say probably somewhere in the 12 to 24-hour range. So yeah, we're going to cover that. That's a huge thing, I promise. We're going to talk about it for a good bit. We've got all the info that's been out so far. We're trying to keep it all sorted so that we can really cover it. But yeah, thank you again for listening, and you guys have a great night.